Hi guys, it's Candice here at the Passionate Home in Downtown Langley. Thank you for joining another Candice's Creative Corner. And today we're going to make cute little pumpkin decor, could be place settings. We're gonna go from this, it was super glittery and super bright orange from the Dollar Tree, and we're gonna turn it in to something customized by you and beautiful. Alrighty, so this was kind of cute. You know, it was very orange and very garish, and if you're into all that, that's fabulous. You can keep it the way it was, but I thought, why not make it a little bit more your style? So I'm gonna make it more my style. So I've already given this one coat on either side, and I used, what did I use? Old Ochre. I love Old Ochre. It's a warm, creamy, this is Old White. I'm actually gonna give one more coat to the back of this. So I'm just gonna show that process. So again, I'm using Old Ochre, Annie Sloan, and I'm just gonna get that right on there. There we go.
Oh, it covers pretty well, like just even just with one coat.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And I'm debating whether I do a couple options on this. So I could just do the one coat and then decoupage a napkin on the back, just to give a little bit, so it's two-sided and you get to see a little bit of some fun on both sides, because it can stand freely. Another option, my girlfriend was in and she saw it and she said, oh, you could totally just put somebody's name and have it as their place setting at the table for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
And that's another great idea. So I'm just gonna let this one dry here. We're gonna give that a moment. I'm gonna set this aside. And I have one already painted so you can see the whole process. So I'll leave that down for now. So I'm gonna start with, I like to layer. So I'm gonna put a stencil on there. I want to show you this too. This is just another one. Dollar Tree, Dollarama, and this one had a paper thing with lots of glitter and I just peeled it off. Painted the back. Alrighty, so here we go. We are going to take, I just love the squiggles. This one I used just a geometric shape back there to stencil on. Whatever you have, you can use. And so I'm just gonna.
So for those of you just joining, Candice is doing a dollar store hack.
Dollar store hack. Just creating something beautiful that suits your home. Maybe that isn't quite as typical as just what you'd pick up at the dollar store. Oops, all right. So I'm just grabbing a little bit of olive. I've dabbed most of it off onto the paper or plastic, and I'm just getting this on here. I'm not worrying that it's perfect because it's just kind of fun background.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that fun? I'm just gonna add maybe a little more up here, just because I can. There we go. Yeah, loving it. A little bit of something going on there. So that's just setting the base. And now I need to, this should be drier, and I didn't have my blow dryer here, but it's not too bad. So after this, you know what I'm gonna do next? I'm gonna make some molds. So I think I'm gonna use a half of this one. So you don't have to use a whole mold either. So I'm using the air dry clay by Iron Orchid Designs. Here's a little trick. So if it's been opened and you need to, it's dried a wee bit, I just put a little wet wipe around this and it just helps to soften it a little bit more. So I'm just gonna take a little chunk of this out.
And this is the air dry clay, right?
Air dry clay,
Yeah.
So easy to work with. It's like playing with Play-Doh, right? So I'm just gonna squish around, warm it up a wee bit in my hands. And I think I'm gonna use this one here. So I'm just gonna squish it in. Seriously, guys, if you can play with Play-Doh, you can do this. So these molds are amazing because the Iron Orchid Design molds have this beautiful micro rim, and you can get a really flat surface. Look at me. So this one's a little bit dry because we didn't pack it really well. So really important that when you put away your air dry clay, once it's opened, that you seal it well with some, sometimes I wrap mine with tin foil and then in a Ziploc bag, but there we go. You can see once you start molding it, it's gonna work. So I'm just gonna flip this over and pop it out. There we go.
Oh, so cool.
Right, super cute. It's got all the shapes to it. I'm actually going to trim it down a little bit. And I didn't have a little knife here, so I'm just gonna use this,
We just make it work.
We just
Candice
make
just
it
makes it
work.
work. You would never know.
Right. All right, so we are going to pull this off just a wee bit. I don't mind that it's not perfect. And here's a little trick. If you're gonna do your air dry clay and you're going to get it on there, I don't have glue. Lori, can you grab me some glue? That would be amazing.
Oh, no, I just
Somebody? Anyway, I'm going to show you here that you can start by painting the edges before you glue it down. Thanks, Janine. You know, sometimes I'm prepared and sometimes it's okay. Yeah, that's, I don't know. Not really.
Okay.
There should be like some wood glue or weld bond in there. And if not, we can come back to it. But basically what I'm doing is, it's still soft, I'm being gentle. You're amazing, thanks Shane. And so I'm getting the edges, because once it's glued on, I don't want to get this glue, this color all over my piece, right? So a little bit there, and here we go.
That's a good idea to do it like a head.
Just get a little bit started. Yeah. This glue is super thick. I love this one.
I love how we're doing like a dollar store craft. Like sometimes I used to feel that when I would see something, that I'd go to Michael's and I would spend like $90 on one item, that like in the end, I feel like you do a really good job at just like, hey, we don't need to do that. We can get something and paint it. And
right? And it doesn't, right? So I can buy a pumpkin blank, but it's gonna cost a lot more than $1.25, right? That's just the reality. So I've got my glue on the back there, and I'm just going to place this. And this is amazing. It's just any thick white glue is gonna do the job for you, and it'll dry secure. So this is on there, and I'm just going to now paint the tops. And while I'm doing all of this,
what color is that?
this is olive green, Annie
Love
Sloan. So I'm not worrying about my sides and my edges because I already did them. And
I love the detail in the mold. Like,
oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's coming across on camera, you guys, but
it might at the end. So we'll see if we can. I should have grabbed some gilding wax as well. You know, clearly I'm on top of things today. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to add some flowers. And here again, so this is, I just have tons of bits left over from other projects that I've done. So I'm not starting with a brand new thing. I'm just using what I have. And I'm sure we'll be able to come up with something pretty. Let's have a look here. Oh, I love this one. Love that one.
oh, especially with the color combo.
Right? And so we're just going to peel this off. I'm going to stick it, I think.
What I feel like you do super well, Candice, is layer, like what you were saying in the beginning. Like
Yeah.
you've got the stamp down, now you're putting the transfer, you've got the mold over top. I feel like you really, I think that maybe I like adhere to these rules that I give myself.
I love, you know what, it would be fine if it was just solid and whatever, but it just gives that extra layer of dimension. So you can see I caught a bubble there. Really nice, I love it. I'm actually gonna let this piece go right around the corner there. So that one is on. I'm gonna do this one down here as well. And I just want to, again, we talked about this before, if you've been watching, push it down, make sure that it's fully secured on there. And let's see. What else can we add? I like adding, I always love adding some print in here. And again, this is just, I don't know where it came from, and we are just going to do some more layering.
This would be so cute. Like, who said that it would look really cute on a table setting as like a place setting?
Jesse, yeah.
That is such a good idea.
good
And then
idea,
you
right?
could take them home.
Totally. It's like a party favor at the end.
So a name on one side, and then that's cool to have that on the
Right.
table, like telling them where to sit, and then they can have this other side that's just cool as decor.
I like this one. This one's having a little bit of an attitude. Let's just see. Again, if it doesn't come on there perfectly, I'm okay with it because I am creating just bits and layers. There we go. Caught a little bubble.
Good morning to everybody that's just joining.
Thanks for joining. We are making cute little Dollar Tree pumpkins over. All right, so let's have a look there. It doesn't actually have to say the words because it's just, again, it's about layering, right? So how pretty is that?
Oh, I love it.
I'm just gonna grab a little. I want to show you how if I go over this with just a little bit of bling, this is not my usual bling, but it's just going to make, again, all of those. You talked about the details in these stamps.
Look at that.
Right?
I don't know why I'm so,
cute.
like, every single time you do that, I'm in awe. I love it.
It's just really simple, but it's really fun. I feel like I want a little bit more in there. I'm not quite ready for it to be done. Nope. Oh, what about, there we go. That butterfly right there. We're gonna let that, I think this one here. We're gonna use this one here.
And these are just like little tidbits, you said, of like your decor
These are
transfers?
little bits of decor transfers that I have.
So never throw away if you don't use the entire package. You just have one little rose left or one little butterfly.
Totally. Actually, even if all you have is a little piece of a stem, because sometimes you need just a tiny piece of a stem to add to something. Alrighty. So look how cute is this?
Amazing.
So I'm going to take a little bit of my green here and I'm just going to dust the edges with that. Again, it's giving me that little bit of dimension and like it's been distressed back, and it's sort of a cheater's way. So here we go. Oops, and that's okay, I don't mind that at all. There we go. How cute is this, right?
Oh, I love it.
Love it. I could paint the whole sides. I could leave it as is. This is what I thought would be really pretty, is just to take, so on this one here, I just used some jute. You could use, you could just tie that even. I don't love the stems that came with it, so I think there's a piece of ribbon we could use. I think we're gonna just use jute again because, you know, we can. So it's super easy. Oops, as I'm throwing hot glue everywhere. So I just get a little bit on there because I don't want to destroy my fingers. You know, and I'm gonna get it started and grab something to hold it down. That first little bit, right? So you don't completely, once it gets started, you're pretty much fine. And I'm just gonna go all the way up.
Look how quick this is. Like, I don't even know how many minutes we've been live for, but you made an entire, like, item in that time.
Well, and it doesn't have to, I mean, the anti-slime chalk paint dries so quickly. So you've got that. The stamps, the transfers, everything is just so user-friendly. So, I could have done a little bit more up there, but there we go. And let's make sure that's stuck on.
Even if you were more like me and less like Candice, even this craft would take me like 20 minutes. It takes Candice 10. It would take me 20, but that's still super quick.
So I'm going to do one last thing and just show you the back. So we could, if you have beautiful handwriting, you could just write somebody's name on there. Or if you're like me and you don't, and you just want to make it pretty, you could just decoupage a little something so that both sides are beautiful. So napkins have two or three ply. This is a 2-ply napkin, so I'm just going to separate that off. I'm going to grab a little bit of our anti-slime image medium. I'm going to slap this on here and just get a full coat. It doesn't have to be tons and tons. We're just getting it on there. And there we go. So the whole back is covered with the image medium. And I'm just going to, what do I want on there? think we're going to go this way. Lay this down and just set this on top. It's really that easy. So there we go. That is on there, making sure that it's on fully and flat. And then if I just take some more.
And this is literally just a napkin. Like, how many napkins do we all have hanging around the house that we used like 7 and then the other, you know, 20 we didn't use?
Although I have a confession. I love napkins. I buy them and I think they're so cute, and the ones with sayings or something beautiful on them, and I'll buy them and then I'm just like, no, you can't use those. Those are my good napkins. You know, I'm saving them for like a girlfriend party or something where they'll appreciate them, right? Alrighty, so that's all we have to do. I wet this edge with the decoupage medium over top, and
so you just brush that decoupage medium just right over top of the napkin.
Over top again. Yeah.
Does it ever rip the napkin?
So if I was, yeah, you don't want to overwork it, but also, you know what, worst case scenario, I can just glue it back down. And Lori's doing stuff upstairs, so when you hear the banging.
We're moving around, guys, we're moving around.
Moving and shaking, we always do. Alrighty, so this is there. I can, later I can take a sanding block and just sand that back. But look at how pretty is that? So we just added something to both sides, a little bit of dimension. We've gone from a dollar store pumpkin that was garish and bright to something fun and beautiful for your decor.
Look at that. So show the back of the other one again, that what it started as. Oh, sorry.
I started painting over it just to show how quick and easy that is.
So go back and watch the replay, guys, and you'll see the start of it.
Really, really bright, glossy, glitzy orange pumpkins at Dollar Tree or Dollarama, and create something beautiful, a little bit more your style.
Amazing. Now, what about your next lives?
Oh, okay. So kind of some exciting news. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any more Candice's Creative Corner. Stay tuned. I might do another one. But IOD TV, I had the honor of doing a mystery spot about, I don't know, a month ago or so. And they invited us back. And so I'm going to be doing, starting October 12th, Tuesday mornings at 10, IOD Live. They will be posted on our page as well. But I'm super excited, and I hope you join along, and wish me luck.
Congratulations. Thanks, Candice.
Bye.